Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this Friday morning. We got a lot of stuff on this show, so we got to get moving. Let's take a look at our weather first, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and hard-working crew, taking care of our hot days and hot nights. Folks, it's going to be a high of actually 97 here on the coast and a low of 81. Water temperature remains right at 90 degrees at the end of the city pier. Let's take a look at our river reads brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola. The Apalachicola is right at a 3.6 this morning, looking good. The Choctahatchee Caryville 1.4. So both rivers are going to be low tomorrow. If you're getting up in the morning, going on the river, we're going to spend some time on the sandbars tomorrow afternoon. A lot of sandbars sort of protruding out, so you can spend some good quality time. Okay, take a look at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. What a strong outgoing tide. I mean, we're looking at the high tide this morning, 3:52. It's going out real strong right now. It's about 4 o'clock this afternoon. So it's going to be, at tomorrow's outgoing tide, really strong. So that's something, little things like that, what separates a good fisherman from a great fisherman, just paying attention to little details like that. The wind will be coming now out of the east at about 10, so we've got to balance that out. Let's do our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at our time at 6:25 to 8:25 this morning when the tide is going out, and then tonight 6:55 to 8:55. So I'm thinking about it when the tide starts coming back in. That's how that clicks like that. We haven't talked to Sea Quarters Marina in a while. Let's give them a call, okay? Hold on. Call Sea Quarters Marina. Isn't that amazing? You start dialing it up. Hello? It might be fishing.
Good morning, Sea Quarters.
Well, Captain Kim, good morning. How are you?
Good, fine, thank you, Mr. Chester. You're doing great out here. It's a beautiful day.
What now?
The speaker's on the bottom.
Okay, you got it better? All right, does it sound better? Oh, my technical man. Okay, Captain Kim, we got it now, Joe. What's going on down in the Caryville around Sea Quarters Marina?
Man, we've got a lot of fishing going on around here. I got a report from Mr. Gary Beebe about the o'clock that he fished yesterday, and he said that's just about right. There's still enough tannic acid in there, but it's clearing up nice. He said the Crooked River's just right. They've been catching all kinds of brim and bass. The charter guys brought in some nice-looking yellowtails yesterday, and they're like 40, 50 foot just right out front here, so everybody's doing real good.
Man, that does sound good. If Gary Beebe don't catch a fish, that means, you know what I mean, within a 20-mile radius, because he can catch some fish.
Oh boy, does he ever. He's been going just about every day. But you know, you have to go early because it's still a little bit warm out there.
Yeah. He don't stay out all day. He just catches enough fish to come back in, don't he?
That's about it, yep.
Well, you tell all them I said hello. How about, did y'all have a good scallop season?
We didn't see as many as there were a little bit west of here, west and east, I guess I should say. They weren't right congregated here in Caryville, but we had a lot of people coming for nets and buckets and what have you that were pretty much going a little further east or a little further west.
Okay, that's sort of what I thought also. Okay, give us a report on any kind of flounder being caught or gigged.
Yes, they've been doing real good with the flounder. Actually, one of the charter guys brought one in yesterday with a yellowtail. So there's all kinds of stuff out there waiting to get caught. Oh,
that is awesome. That is awesome. I guess it's pretty hot down your way also?
Well, yeah. We got a nice breeze right here at the office, though.
Oh, that's good. It never gets too hot to fish down there, I know.
No, it's never too hot for that.
One more quick question. Have they been going up the river and catching some brim?
Yes, right up past the office here, not too far. So it's been pretty good. Good size brim.
Y'all are sitting there in a fishing paradise. I'm telling you.
We are. We really are. And we got a full tackle shop just in case you need to find something you're missing.
Yeah. You got plenty of bait?
Got plenty of bait, plenty of tackle. You got it. We got some new gulp in. We got all kinds of goodies.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Great news. Great talking to you, Captain Kim. Thank you.
You too. Have a great weekend. Bye.
All right, folks. I'm telling you all, that's the last fishing paradise, the last frontier of the old Florida fishing is right there. That's the heart of it. So it's as simple as that. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We got a lot of stuff to go over, and we're going to start with some pictures. I've got always fun seeing. I got so many on here. We're not going to get through all of them. I'm going to tell you that right now. But let's start real quick with this one. This is one of my high school buddies, Alan Kingery. We meet. He comes down once a year. He and his wife, and we join them for a nice meal at Schooners. We grew up together in Quincy and lived in Warner Robins, Georgia. Made a career up there in Warner Robins, Georgia. Always great to see you, Alan. Appreciate you watching the show, buddy. This is cool. You know how I like those historical pictures, but these are new. And here's what happened. I say new, they're new old ones. What happened, they found this album that was sold at a garage sale. This comes from our historical society. They found the album, and the photos were taken. He exposed and developed the prints. So we have never seen these pictures, and this is out at the beach. In fact, you can see right there, Panama City Beach. That's the original. That's sort of where Schooners is now. Or Pineapple Willows, I'm sorry. Pineapple Willows is right there now. And here, there are two more pictures. There, okay, that was in the 1930s. It's amazing, isn't it? Okay, the tree line don't look much different. I got tickled at tree line. But here's my favorite picture because it's showing, check out the fishermen and check out the nets, okay? So they made a big loop. Okay, this boat right over here. All right, see the loop, and this is what they did. They looped over, and over here on the right-hand side, it comes back in. See those men out there? And what they did, they would close the net in. They would strike it in. Probably got, I would say, guessing maybe Spanish mackerel or big school or mullet, one of those two in those days. And they would close that net in, and they start pulling it. And I thought that was, what a cool historical picture there. Okay, moving along, here we go. Speaking of nets, Steve Barnett, my buddy Steve Barnett, had a craving this afternoon for some fresh mullet. So I went for about 3 minutes. He went for about 3 minutes. Here we go. I don't know how this jumps up right. He had a mind of his own. Made one throw in 3 minutes, and the rest is history. There you go, Steve. And that's a classic. You can show this could have happened 100 years ago right here. The knife might have been a little bit different, but the fish would have been the same, and the old wood would have been the same. Recent studies show the most expensive vehicle to drive or to operate is a grocery cart. Isn't that the truth? C&G Sporting Goods, I was down there the other day real quick. They have, masts and snorkels and all that, but so run down there and see them for your flags and everything. It's not just all hunting stuff. They got some good fishing stuff there, but also I took a picture. This is a tide chart I use right here, and it is. I would recommend going down by. It's a package every month, especially with fall fishing coming up. I know you can find it on your phone and all that, but this is so convenient. I'm just accustomed to it. I can look away. What's going to happen on January the 20th? What are tide going to do if I got a trip planned? So, I still have a few of them left. Okay, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I got so much stuff, and I just get excited talking about each picture, and all it means a lot to me. But this next picture, if Judge Brandon Clark. Now, if you're watching this morning, I just want to show you. This is my second bottle. I'm almost out of cane syrup. If y'all remember the special we did on the Clark family, making this cane syrup last year, the Century Pioneer family. I love this. Is on my bar right here. I just had a biscuit last night. I had a biscuit with some cane syrup on it. It just don't get any better than that. So this is my second bottle. So in another month I'll be out. So if Judge Clark's watching, I'm gonna put an order in for about 3 or 4 more of those. I want to buy some. And also, if you're not watching, you folks, I know some of y'all at the courthouse watch the show. Y'all run, knock on the door. I'm sure, wake them up. I'm sure they're not doing much of that today. So, but anyway, tell them I'm gonna need some more. All right, let's move on. I got all kind of pictures. One of the cool things when we get these pictures here, we're talking about fishing under the bridge. Here, right here, personal best. It's Joe Ward got a personal best. They were planning on going scalloping at the last minute. I think people getting bad reports on scallop, so he just had the boat ready. So he made make a morning run for a couple of hours, and a 33-inch right there at the bridge on the outgoing tide. Good job, Joe Ward. This is Colton Carlisle, a bunch of beeliners. Good job there. And Victor Lopez, we're talking about popping corks. And I use a bubble rig and call it 3 Jacks at sunset. This is over on Shalimar Bridge, again, bridge fishing. And that's an exciting time on that little bubble rig. I thought this is good. When you buy from a small business, you're not helping a CEO buy a third holiday home. You're helping a little girl get dancing lessons, a little boy get his team jerseys, a mom and dad put food on the table, shop local. And we talk about that all the time, and that is so true. Keep it local if you can. This is in a local box store, and Levi Bubba Phillips sent this. Check it out. Okay, what is that what is that right there on the floor? Okay, this is what was on the floor. Now listen, I know these stores and all. It didn't come in. I think what happened. Somebody planted this, and probably one of my Southport neighbors took it down there. And when these big stores get seafood and everything, you think it's gonna come in on a seafood truck and all, but it's frozen. Every time you come to these stores and even restaurants, it's frozen, flash frozen right there. So no way something like that could be brought into the store by the people bringing it. But so somebody playing a trick on y'all, trying to scare you. But that is scary looking. Okay, here we go. Talking about planting food plots. Yeah, it really is too early. Planting food. Everybody planting food plots at the 1st of September, at the end of September. That's about all you're going to have. Okay, that matches the hair, don't it? This is interesting. Down in Daytona Beach, Volusia County, they counted 1,500 nests. That is a bunch. That's a big shoreline. There's a lot more shoreline than we have, like at St. George Island here at Panama City Beach and these short ones. But and they have some protected areas too. Kenny Bostic sent this to me. Winston, will you put this on your show? This is Todd Burke caught this 23-pound redfish in Choctawhatchee Bay. Caught and released. Todd Burke, that's his son-in-law right there. And what a great picture, Todd. You got to put that on your desk. And we're talking about these big bull reds over there in Choctawhatchee Bay. Big old man. Thank you for sharing that, Kenny. Norman Thibodeau. Talking about, I thought she was going to cry when she had to throw back. Folks, is that not a big grouper right there? That's his wife, Ruth. And good job there. And I know I'd cry too having to throw that thing back. Here, there's a better picture of it blown up right there. Wow. That's nice. Okay, this was sent to me. Billy Grantham sent this to me. The situation up there in Grand Ridge. Reagan Tice, 8th grade student at Grand Ridge, recently placed 8th in the youth and teen world competition in 27 states, 8 countries. She unfortunately broke her leg and couldn't finish the competition. And later, her horse Luna was injured. And they started a little GoFundMe. Here's a picture of her right there. Okay, they started a little GoFundMe to help the doctor up on the horse. And if you want to help out, help me help Luna on GoFundMe. Okay, and Reagan Tice is doing that fundraiser. That's for up there in Sneeds, or Grand Ridge. I'm sorry. Big tournament this weekend. These folks, okay, University of Florida Extension Agency. This tournament is tomorrow. Big Bad Cat Classic, $100 a boat. I wish I'd told you about it sooner. I just happened to run across it. Those folks there, University of Florida Extension Agency, my alma mater. I don't get a lot of information from them. I would have been glad to have them on the show to talk about it. It's a great idea, but I just don't get a lot of information from them, so I just ran across that. So that's over at Choctawhatchee River in Caryville. We've got a lot of good viewers up there in Caryville. So if you get a chance, check out that catfish tournament. I know it's hot, but it's going to be a big tournament there. All right, now let's get ready. We're going to give away some stuff. I've got all kind of other things to go over. I'll try to finish up. Don't forget, on next week's show, I'm going to have Captain Roy coming on Monday. And it's so nice. It'll be so nice to have him come back on, Captain Roy Ray, on Monday's show. So you don't want to miss that. Now, here we go. Y'all, does this look familiar? This is our rod, custom-made rod by Steve Rogers, and we drew a name out And that person from Dalkeith, well, we never heard from them. They never came by and picked it up. And we have like a 2-week minimum. This is about 2 weeks ago. So what we're going to do is bad news, good news. I hate that the folks didn't claim it, but it's good news for you other folks to still have your name in the pickle jar, because we're going to give it away again. And before we give it away, I'm going to add one name too. We'll add Joe Riley. I talked to Joe Riley last Friday night at the Highland Park Baptist at a men's conference right there, and we happened to sit next to each other. He watches the show, lives up in College Point. So Joe, I told you I'd add your name. So here we go. We'll add your name right here, and we're going to stir it up. We're going to draw for the rod, customized rod. And we're going next week. We're going to start giving away some more tackle from Weewall Wiggler. And the winner of the custom-built rod by Steve Rogers of Sand Hill Sticks is going to be from Inlet Beach, Dion Khalil, the Khalil family. Now, I know y'all enjoy that. You got a 2-week limit on it now. If you don't come pick it up in 2 weeks, we'll give it away again. And if you don't do it the third time, I'm just going to keep it. Or me and Jeff will use it. Okay, now, all right, so let's go ahead and do our Tarpon Dock while we're at it. Tarpon Dock Seafood, $1 gift certificate is going to be Gertrude Walsh. Gertrude Walsh, okay, that's a $20 one. And a big red snapper. Greg Taylor, let me know if you picked up your red snapper from last week. A big red snapper from Cottondale. Chris Barnes, the Barnes family watching the show. So that's our giveaway for our seafood from Tarpon Dock. I got Khalil over here. Okay, we're gonna get set up for our famous Friday fishing forecast. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, folks. Appreciate you watching this Friday morning. Let's take a look before we get our famous Friday fishing forecast. I do want to give a fly report. Deer flies, yellow flies, black flies. We call them different things, and they are a little different, but I call them biting flies because this time of year they can really put a bite on you. And I've gotten, the reason it made me think about it, I've gotten 2 or 3 reports, people checking on the deer fly, and it's bad over in Choctawhatchee. The folks over in Choctawhatchee River we're talking about it, and then folks down the Apalachicola River system, they're getting flies down there. So this time of year, the flies are starting, especially when the wind dies down, the flies are starting to accumulate. And we get that north wind, they're going to really be bad on the coastline. I know when that wind blows them out of the woods, so be aware of the fly situation. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Again, the hot weather, I don't know if you remember, around Wednesday afternoon, we had a bad storm come through, and it was just one of those strong thunderstorms that come, all that heat and all, finally hit the South Pole, Lynn Haven, and all kind of different areas. And funny thing, I looked on the radar, I saw the lightning in the distance Wednesday afternoon, and I looked on the radar, it had a track of the big thunderhead. It was going to miss us. I told Gail, it's not going to rain. Well, about 10 minutes later, whoom, lightning popping all over. I had a friend that was over on Main Avenue. He was in his truck on Main Avenue in Lynn Haven. Lightning hit the pole in front of him and then hit the pole behind him right after that, pop, pop, pop. And another friend, lightning hit their house, and it caught on fire, but they would put it out real quick. So that lightning is extremely dangerous when it's this hot and everything. Okay, let's go to, that's a deer fly report and a lightning report. Now let's get a fishing report now. They're biting good, they really are. We just talked about Shalimar Bridge over there off Choctawhatchee Bay right in here. This is a bridge. Again, the bridge fishing all through here on Choctawhatchee, on the north side of Choctawhatchee is really good fishing. And that big bull red that Todd Burke caught, I'm not sure where he caught it, but I want to say he caught it right here in the center of the screen, right in this area here. Todd is a good fisherman. He's an attorney over there. And I know he probably enjoyed getting off and doing some fishing. So red fishing has been really strong in Choctawhatchee Bay, and also the bridge fishing. The intercoastal, I don't talk about it enough. Between Choctawhatchee, I do talk about it, but there is good fishing in the intercoastal waterway, okay? But in this section here, and also, it's isolated in here. Not a lot of houses, and if you move around and all, you're gonna find some good places to fish in there. Real quick, moving on through the West Bay area, it's been hot. The bridge fishing, again, here at Tyndall Bridge has been really good. The drum has been strong. I'm going to have to do a short report. I do want to mention the brim fishing on freshwater. Brim fishing has been good. The 3 things I wrote down were this, to try to do as much night night activities you can. You got crabbing, you got flounder gigging, you got setting up trot lines. You can do all those at nighttime when it's cool. But also late in the afternoon, you can go brim fishing, and early in the morning, of course, fly fishing has been good on both river systems. You heard the report from Sea Quarters Marina. They have had a really a good week of fishing over that way. Now let's go down here to St. Joe Bay. I skipped East Bay. East Bay's been strong, but here we go. St. Joe Bay. The scalloping is not all that strong. A few people. Let me sum it up this way. I've gotten, I don't know how many reports. I wish I'd documented all the reports I've gotten. People calling me and me talking to different people, but these are, you know, first-hand reports from people I know for the most part. And I thank y'all for doing the text and all and the pictures. I would say 80% of the reports I've gotten have not gotten their limit. Probably 20% haven't gotten the limits. The ones that are getting their limits, and here's what you're going to have to do this time of year. You're going to go in deep water and find them in deep water around the sandy, you know, big sandy spots, and then on the edges like we always talk about. Personally, when I was younger, I used to dive those deep holes, 6 to 8 foot deep and 10 foot deep and all, but it's not that much fun anymore because I find myself looking for a big old shark. The biggest sharks I've seen have been in St. Joe Bay, so you get isolated out there, so be aware of that. So I just want to share that with you. Jump down to Sea Quarters Marina. We got that report right here in the center of the screen. And what they're talking about, the river is they're tearing them up in the river and right outside this whole area here. And they're catching all kinds. You don't have to fish long down there. You're just catching a lot of fish. So Sea Quarters Marina, thank you, Captain Kim, for that good report there. And it's not bad fishing, it's just really hot fishing. So you can catch them if you want to go. Make sure you stay cool. Run out of time. Been a great week. Really enjoyed it. We had some really good guests on. The Souls on yesterday. There's our state senator on, and just really had a good time. We got some good stuff coming up next week. Y'all do something good for your fellow man. Enjoy the weekend. God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.